sour apples and snakes. Poetry with bite.
Right, are we ready for the open micers? Right, so the first open micer, so they said, welcome to Jawdance, and the first open micer we have up on the stage is Biggie Attitude. Are they here tonight? Oh, this young man here. All right, so make some noise for Biggie.
Spoken word is poetry, but it's poetry done in a way that's interesting to the audience. That's what I look at spoken word as. It's the ability to dramatize, theatricalize, to connect with your audience, to communicate with your audience in a way that I think most of us, when we learnt poetry in school, it probably wasn't seen as the most exciting and the most cool thing. But you look at it now and people use it in adverts or people putting poetry on YouTube and it's blowing up and it's going viral.
It may seem like a tall order, but I have learned the hard way, and I now know my worth, that I was destined to be a great wife, woman, lover, mother before my birth. So before you step, contemplate, evaluate.
Apples and snakes personally means to me, really, they were there at the beginning of my spoken word poetry facilitation career. So I go way back with them. They were one of the first organisations that gave me an opportunity. And then in terms of my own artist development over the years and the support that they've given me has been absolutely and utterly invaluable.
The complete encyclopedia, Britannica, may contain dinosaurs, but we don't mean to panic, yeah?
One more? You guys want one more? I'll tell you what I tell my wife. It'll be quick.
I think without all the support that I've had from Apples and Snakes, I would be a much weaker poet. I'd have had a lot less experience, a lot less kind of one-on-one time with sort of amazing artists. So it's just experience. They've just offered a load of experience. I think the single most important thing about having the opportunity to go on stage at an open mic is just the time and the space that it gives you, sort of when you're new or when you're nervous. There's so much space and so much love in that room, and it's fabulous. Has seized the song that I lost so long ago, while the living rub their eyes and wake from bleary winter. And he says, yeah, that one.
Grab a pen, 1,000 men and your soldiers. I got 2 tons of fun in the world on my shoulders. Hold your thought, this industry is fundamentally flawed. Rapping is a...
I only ever want to see a Union Jack burning or spray painted black. Black in mourning for all the histories that have been silenced, and black for the blankness on which I knew.
Now, Jawdance, what you're going to see tonight is a very popular night. The open mic always gets packed up. People be coming like an hour before the show just to get on the open mic list, because the open mic list gets filled up very quickly and people get very upset. So open mic, it's the ability to rock up to a place, put your name on a list and come up on the stage and perform. Now, that's the lovely thing about open mic. You don't know what the hell you're going to get. You're going to have a completely unique experience. Some people, you're going to come up and do stuff and things that you've never ever seen before. So like I say, that's the joy of open mic.
See, from I saw you walking, I knew you wasn't from these ends. If you were from these ends, you wouldn't have walked down these alleyways. You would have heard the echo.
Yeah, so tonight we're at Jawdance and we're one of the feature acts. I think we're the last one. Anna just went on. So we're the last act of the night and we're going to do a 15-minute set for the audience tonight.
Other women have started to roll eyes, meanwhile pushing up their chest just a little higher. Why?
I think it's definitely a place like not to be judged. And I think a lot of times you can have like a lot of pressure from the audience. But open mic, to me, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, okay, I can do what I want to do because I know that I'm not going to be judged and I'm going to be loved. And that's really what poets want to be. They should be loved.
I love like the diversity of the open mic, like how you can hear so many different styles on one night. It's a beautiful thing.
I need for you to tell me why I should feel sorry for you. I mean, you put yourself in the danger zone. It's like you did it to yourself.
Gun out.
Aim up. Target yourself.
Squeeze trigger.
Shot fired. Bang.
For your audience must be impressed or you're wasting your breath.
I'm 2 tons of fun. Fun. System step aside, cause it's World War III and tell your public.
I'll wash you down the plug hole at Poetry Unplugged. I'm the heavy artillery at Bang Said the Gun. Seed my words pulled more minges and more Edinburgh fringes than John Cooper Clarke has injected syringes. This is ironic boasting, by the way.
For every performer, it's the same. You do something that, you know, was in here once, and you get to share that with other people, and it's great to have feedback, and especially with such a warm crowd, you know, it encourages me to do it again. It's wonderful.
Jawdance was probably the very first open mic I did, and I was so nervous. I remember getting up and thinking, I can't do this. I'm saying these words to a load of people, but once you do it, you do another one and another one and another one, and you know, then people see you, you get booked for gigs. I think open mic is key to your progression as a poet. People remember your name, remember your stuff. You get more comfortable and confident in what you can bring as a performer. You know, it all starts from that very first time you get up and share a piece.
Apples and Snakes just makes it easier. There's someone to go to, and there's not that many organisations. There's probably, you know, less than 5. I can count on one hand organisations who do what Apples and Snakes do in terms of helping to develop artists.
But right now, I hope you hear me loud and clear. It is hard to find your purpose in this world, but somehow hope found this hopeless girl.
There's a lot of people that do open mic who've gone on to be very successful. To be honest, even when you're successful, you need to still come and do open mic. It's really important that you come and that you stretch yourself. And open mic, to be honest, is one of the only ways that you're going to get seen. That's like one of the routes, paths that people take. You want to come and hit open mics like Jawdance so people can see you. And then from there, you get features. So, you know, anyone asks, how do I get features? You need to get on the open mic scene, because then people can actually see you, they like you, and then they book you. And from then on, well, the world's your oyster.
When I came tonight, I stood at the door, and one of the guys was saying to me that it's his moment in the glory. This is the moment you come alive, and it's wonderful looking at people just blossom and be this wonderful people that they weren't when they walked through the door. And for me, that's just fantastic. It's almost like going to theatre.